Hello there, it's Simone. I am here to share a flip through of this first half of my weekly journal that I used and worked in the beginning of the year. The Traveler's Notebook diary usually comes in two half books. One is for the first half of the year, second one is for the second half of the year. And I realized I never shared a flip through of the first half. So I'm going to remedy that today. I usually keep it, well, usually, that's weird to say. I think last December, so in December of 2022, I purchased this Sojourner Trifold Traveler's Notebook secondhand. And sometime in the spring, I moved my whole weekly journal setup into this cover. We have three charms on here. This eye, the in every walk with nature, one receives far more than they seek. And then the last charm that is on here is a cup from Starbucks and Traveler's Company, the Reserve charm. Usually I'm not a big person who likes chunky notebooks. That's why the first half isn't in here anymore. But I really enjoy having all of the things that I use with my journal. In here I have the Traveler's Company B-Sides and Rarities orange wallet pouch thing. I keep ephemera that I would like to use in the near future in here. And then I also have this B-Sides and Rarities sticker release paper in here. It's also secondhand. I got this from my friend Lorelei. She sold some items, and so I was able to get this one. And I put stickers in here, sticker flakes that I haven't used yet, but I think I want to use them. And so I have all the embellishments that I would like to use in my weekly journal right with me. And this thickness is basically the max that I like to have. And so this works really great for me. Now, let's go and check this out. I like decorating the cover of my journal. And I do this on the front and the back. Sometimes I like decorating it in the beginning of the year before I even started working on it. Sometimes I have an idea at some point during the time that I'm using it, and then I decorate. So I'm not going in this already set up, but I also am not opposed to it. I don't really know where I got this from, actually. This one is a Traveler's Company sticker. Last year, so 2023, that was the first year that I purchased the sticker set. This one is from the packaging. This one is from Sophie Pike. This one and this one is both from Brandy Kincaid, as well as is this one. These two are stickers. This one is not. This one is from Patagonia in Hawaii, and this I actually don't remember where this is from. So these are the stickers that I have on the front. I really like decorating those. And then I put what is written on the back here on here. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, there should be videos of most of these things on my channel somewhere. I then accidentally repeated what it says. So, may you never forget how good it is to move your hands in rhythm with your heart. Whether it's yarn or scissors, dirt or dough or dumbbells, give into the making and get lost in the goodness of making a mess and then making something new. May you never forget how good it is to do what you love. And that's something that I really love hearing. This is my life philosophy. And so I loved having this here. This is another Brandy Kincaid stickers. I receive her extravagant hope mail every month, and I'm trying really hard to use what she sends. So that's why you will see a lot of her stuff in this journal. I don't use the front pieces. I did put this New Year's resolution that I drew myself, or I don't know, is this drawing, painting, made myself. I found this online, and it's actually a free printable on my Ko-fi. If you check the shop, it should be there, and you can download it because the new year is almost upon us. And I loved having that in the front and center of this notebook. Then I had my 2023 planners and journals. And I have to say, besides this one and a little detour with this one, I'm still going strong. This, I think I used this for Happy Mail, so I swapped things around the covers, but I used all of those. And I'm really proud of myself. So that was the last week of December. I usually don't start the journal until the 1st of January yes. So this week was empty, and so I thought this could be something that I could do here. Because I only start on January 1st, I was able to put things here that usually I'm not able to put, and I use all the things. So I use stamps that other people stamped for me on various different papers. I really like stamping things on paper that already has a pattern because it just adds to the texture of a page. This I stamped somewhere else as well. I like stamping on other paper and gluing it in because then I don't have to worry about ink that bleeds through. This I think is from a tea package. This was on something. Oh yes, I received this notebook from Sarah in Germany, and she included this amazing superior labor charm that you put on the edge of your notebook. So I drew that and put the sticker in here. Washi from the Kita tape. This is another Brandy Kincaid. This one I sketched myself. And then I do whatever I like in my journal. I like it to be cohesive, but also if it's not cohesive to my eye, then I move on to the next page and try to learn from the mistakes. And I'm putting the mistakes in quotation marks because someone just commented recently on a video where I shared, oh, I didn't like this. Of course, it's still okay. It's not good, but I really love something else sometimes. And so when it doesn't turn out the way I expect it to turn out, then maybe I'm disappointed in the beginning, but when I look back at it later, I really like what I see. I totally enjoy using these journals as a weekly recap. I don't capture every single thing that happens throughout the week. I just put down snippets, and I'm totally okay with that. Here I met my friends on Saturday, so I had them sign the notebook here. I think this is me, this is them. And then I just filled in the space that was here. I think I received those new, so I made them all in the same color. I tried to match my watercolor writing to this color, but that didn't really work. Yeah, so I'm really, everything goes. If you wonder why I'm using the weekly vertical and not a plain notebook, because it doesn't look like I'm adhering to the vertical columns, it gives me, the page is already started for me. it's not a blank page like this, and I don't know what to do with it. There is already some lines, there is an edge right here, there is spaces, and basically a grid of some sort that I use to place the things. It helps me be creative than the blank page. And so that's what I'm using. I did try for a while to use my planner stickers again. Totally went off that. I think I made this myself, or maybe my son made, Theo. So my son made this for me at school. I often look through Happy Mail and try to put together like a tiny mini kit that I use on a page and see how it turns out. Here I added water drops everywhere. I guess there was something happening that week because this is front and center. And then I see something and I try something. Maybe this is a little bit too full now that I look back at it. But again, as I say all the time, well, then I turn it and try the next, learn from what I did wrong, and then try the next week. I also have a lot of alpha stickers, so I thought maybe I can incorporate those here. This is a stamp that I stamped. I have so many Happy Daya stickers here. This, of course, is Brandy Kincaid. This is a card. Oh, the way is winding and sometimes wobbly, but also wonderful. And so I said, I don't know about the wonderful yet, but Tesla is mush. Oh yeah, my husband was involved in a car accident. So if I look at this right now, it captures the week. But if I see this space, so what I would learn from this is that I would like to have more balance here. This feels like there is something missing. Oh, this one was cool. That was my birthday week. And I guess I did a really great job at this week. I think I had to catch up on here because I was in Hawaii. Here I got a birthday present, so I put that here. Wow. Oh, another birthday present. I have since sold this. It did not work out for me. And then I seem to have printed a book cover. That's something you can do. You don't have to write like this. You can turn your book and write like that. So I love how this looks, and I'm already 13 minutes in. Let's just continue. This one is something that my friend Amy made for me. I really loved it. I tried to recreate it. Mine totally looked different, but still, if you see something, then maybe try interpreting it in your own way. This is definitely inspired by mitts from My Life Mitts. And then I changed my swatch cards. I have since changed them again. Did not document that in here, but this is how I decided to set those cards up from then on out. So I documented that here. Extravagant Hope is here. So the sticker is from that here. Then I again did things not the same way. This is when we went to, what the heck, snow. We went to where we live now, Nevada, and we had to drive through snow, and it was really bad. Realtor, so that is when, I think the what the fuck was when the school my sons my kids attended, announced that it was closing at the end of the school year. That made us rethink our whole living situation. And that week, our current landlord called. I think it was that week, maybe not. Oh no, that was this week. So here we thought, we could look at housing where we live now, see how the prices are, see if we can afford something here, but just look. We're not in a hurry, and if it doesn't work out, we'll just stay where we are. So I told that to a buddy of ours, and she connected us to a realtor. And then that week, our current landlord called us and told us they were going to raise the lease on our house by an exorbitant amount. And so we knew that this is not just maybe we will check it out. Maybe we can find something that we can live in. And so that day we learned that we wouldn't be able to keep renting the house that we lived in. So we would definitely have to move. This day we drove through humongous piles of snow through a snowstorm, and they basically closed the highway right after we went through. And on Friday, we drove through snow, looked at tons of houses, and on Saturday, we gave an offer. And on Monday, they accepted the offer, and we signed that we were going to go through with the sale. So that was very exciting. And then here I used those stamps on craft paper. So I tried to usually have similar things on the page. So if I have green here, maybe I can repeat the green. I have the red, I have yellow, I have the craft. That's how I try to do these things. And then we have a little cat drama. We found out that the HOA that we were going to live in only allowed 2 pets, but we had 3. Our realtor is amazing, and what happened then? Oh yeah, she made it possible that we got an official letter that we could have 3 cats. Then at the same time, my store, Starbucks, I was still working at Starbucks at that time, organized to become a unionized store. And then you had to sign cards to petition. They never gave one to me, but we still were able to have an election. We had a lot of rain there. I stamped rain. This one, I guess, also, I wasn't really sure if I liked how this turned out. I always forget that on the Midori paper, the ink doesn't pool and mix similarly to the ink or watercolor when you put it on Tomoe River paper. It doesn't, it sits on top of the Tomoe River paper, and so the ink or watercolor, when it's wet, it flows into each other and it mixes and it pools on places. That often doesn't happen with this Midori paper. So this didn't turn out the way I had hoped for it to turn out, but I feel like in the greater scheme of things, it worked out okay. And then sometimes I just write paragraphs like this and not big snippets. Sometimes things happen the way they happen. Here I documented how much Happy Mail I was getting. I seem to have left it in a very blue color scheme. I really like this. This is definitely one of my favorite spreads. It's all blue, but it's not the same blue. I sketched more Another red anxiety. That seems to be a theme. March. I'm still dealing with this. I was able to swap pens with Sarah from Ginger Peachy Stationery, Ginger Peachy Pens. Now I don't remember. So I documented that here. I like these big titles. What the fuck moment of the week? Oh, yes. In a spur of the moment, they took away our store manager. What the fuck? I think I made this cluster first before I started the rest. And I think I was able to balance out this cluster with this. Mitz sent me a sample of this washi tape, so I put this up here, even though, again, you wouldn't be able to see these columns. However, what I did is something was going on with me, and so I decided to put down maybe the anxiety, who knows. I decided to put one win for each day in each column. So I would be able to really see, oh yes, of course. Well, they took our store manager away, so what the fuck? So I started here again, and I'm like, okay, let me find something that was a win. Not everything is really bad. Not your life isn't in shambles. So check. What was my win for this day? This day. So I went Monday through Friday. Saturday and Sunday were different. I got this awesome stamp right down here. Lots of cats here. I love the meatball washi tape. So I often, it goes from one end to the other, that I'm like, oh, I'm not using anything I have in my stash. So then I pull it back out, I look through it. This was samples that I received from my friend Mar, and I since forgot about them, but they were basically like themed stickers for the whole, or washi strips for the whole year. I got a Happy Mail from Shauna, so I documented that here, and then I tried a different font. And then here are stickers from Mitz, from the stationery selection. I guess another Extravagant Hope mailer came. It's usually a postcard, and I cut it out so I can stick it here, and there's still enough space to journal. I guess the Easter, that's the same washi. Yes, this one was cool too. I think that was around the time again when I went into my stash, tried to get things out. Oh my gosh, I love this. This is the honeycomb Esther Esty from Sarah, filled with brandy snap from Diamine, and then I used my regular black fountain pen with carbon black ink to write, and it has a broad nib, and I just thickened the lines. I had this laying around forever. Then I got the idea I could put this washi tape on top, and then I added these teeny tiny planner stickers to each topic. And then this one is so, I love this one. This is a chromatography strip, and I put a clip up there. How cool is that? And I have this washi tape down here with the flowers. I'm taking up that theme with the bigger sticker. This is repeated down here. Haha, I love this so much. Okay, then I suddenly was able to let go of a lot of pens, so I made a list. We had our store election. I got some happy mail from Lorelei, so I used some of the things that she sent. We moved the first part. I remember what I did here. So I got these ages ago from London Gifties. And so I used the sticker sheet and made clusters for every topic. So I basically repeated this idea in a different way. So you can get similar results or totally different results using a similar idea. That's what I'm trying to say. Now it's getting crazy. That's good too. I tried to use these meatball tape things again. Then I got this. I noticed that I have a hard time using these kinds of stamps when I haven't been there. Oh, here. So I used another pen before that, but it was the same nib. Here I tried, I think I watched, there was a flip through from Courtney Diaz about her journal. And so I was super inspired, tried it as well with the textures. I like this page, but if I look at their stuff, their Mitts, Courtney, I'm like oceans away from how it just looks so much more natural when they do it than me. But that's okay. Again, this is not something that needs to be perfect for me. And so even if you like this, and even if I like this, it's a playing ground to explore and experiment and try different ways of documenting things. And I'm totally okay with saying, well, that didn't turn out too nice. I'm not happy with this, because it helps me to grow my own style. It helps me to figure out what I like, what I don't like. This I actually really like. This was so bad. I wanted to make a really tiny snippet around this, and then I realized, okay, if I wanted to write crappy continuing, then I would have to lay out the page completely differently. So I went down here. So instead of feeling just crappy, I also made this look so crappy. So alrighty, we are in May. We became citizens. New pen week, so I documented each new pen, new stamp. This stamp was definitely a mistake. I love it. I supported Yoseka, but I'm not using it, unfortunately. I need to write that down, stamp. Because I'm working on a video to show best and worst of, and the sticker sheet too. I'm glad I have it in my stash. I love the idea of this stamp, but I'm just not using it. So this is not a bad review of this stamp. There's the Yoseka sticker, so I tried to somehow get washi in the mix. It's okay. It's not the best week if I look at all of those. Here I tried to have, so I have things I wanted to write about, like usual. And so I used what are those called? Papermate Flare. They are really reactive with water. So if you are looking to do the same thing, so I just outline the letter and then I use a water brush and color it in. So I paired a sticker with the title, and then I tried to have some sort of like texture. I don't know. It's okay, but it's definitely not the best. Oh, and then I also wanted to use up these flowers too. This is, here I wanted to use the sticker sheet here, so I did this. Basically, it's the same concept as here, just with different stickers. What was here? Driftwood Deli and Market. Where was that? I don't know. Did I not write anything about this? Who knows? I put a quote here. Maybe I didn't have a lot to write during that week. I'm craving community and having the wildest ideas. I'm spiraling into ideas of Patreon, Ko-fi, overcommitting myself with things that I will not have time for. I'm so glad Micha helps me navigate through this and reminds me to go slow. For once I'm listening, I want to reinvigorate my Ko-fi and start Discord. I did start a Discord, and I'm not sharing it all over the place because I am not, again, overcommitting is a problem for me. If you want to join, please reach out to me. I'll send you an invite link. I just cannot have 500 people joining because then I won't be able to manage it and I won't be able to keep up with it. And it's, besides being fun, I really would love to have a place where I have community too. Here, I decided to use my currently inked pens and use it this way. I made these leafy dividers for every day. I think this was the last week that we were here, that we lived at the old place. And so I knew I wasn't going to have time. I liked this setup very much. So I highlighted one thing that happened every day. And then this was my daughter's graduation. And so I kept this paper for the sushi sticks. What are they called? Chopsticks. And used that to commemorate two things. We also seem to have gone to In-N-Out. I met for the last time with two of my friends. So they gave me notes and I stuck them in here. Originally I wanted to put them in the middle, but I felt like it would take away from the layout here, so I stuck them on the edge right here. And then this is the very first week that we are here. Thursday morning, so we moved on Monday, and Thursday morning I'm unpacking the last box in the kitchen onto the studio and getting it set up. I purposefully decided to not add a lot of things, so I made sure I added bigger items here. And then this is here I actually tried to adhere to the weekly setup. My daughter moved away that day. I feel this washi reminds me of her somehow, and so I used those in here in this spread, and then I never got around to finishing this week, and that's okay too. I put in, this was something from work. Assume the best in my partners and communicate with positivity. And then I found some older pictures of my children and myself, and I put them here, and I think I'm just going to stick them in here because we have duplicates of those, and this way they won't get lost. This is my oldest, this is my middle one. Same here, oldest, middle one. Oh, she still had both teeth right here. Alrighty, and I also stuck this in here because this was something that my friend Amy sent me and made for me, and it's super thick watercolor paper, so it didn't fit on the page, so I put it right there. And there I tried stamping and seeing how it bled through, and there's that. I really still enjoy working in this format in a weekly spread that is okay to fall behind because it's not a daily page. It gives me a lot of freedom in being creative, but it also is conducive to all of the other things that I'm doing. I don't have to constantly decide between, am I going to do this or that? Maybe right now I am, because I have back pain. So now I'm choosing to film and not journal, for instance. So I'm very slow in my process of journaling in my weekly journal. But usually when I'm okay, I have so much time to fill this page during the week or on the weekend or the week after. And that works really well for me because it gives me the freedom to do ink explorations, to film videos, to swatch inks, to write letters, to do all of those things without having the pressure of, oh my gosh, I still need to catch up 50 pages from the last 2 months. If that would happen, I would have maybe 8 pages, and that sounds and feels a lot more doable. Alrighty, thank you so much for taking the time and watching this flip through. I hope this was inspiring for you. I'm sorry that I cannot seem to keep myself short these days. Maybe that is going to happen at some point in the future, but for now, I guess 40 minutes is where it's at. Thank you so much. If you're still looking for Traveler's Notebook inserts, check out Atlas Stationers. I have an affiliate code with them. I got my Olive Traveler's Notebook from them, and the cool thing about ordering from Atlas is that you can use the code to get 10% off your purchase, and that makes Atlas the cheapest place to get your Traveler's Notebooks. Thank you so much again. I will see you in another video. Bye.